Hey guys, I'm just making another video for you today. We're still around Masters-ish, you know, we're climbing, we're doing the best we can. Remember, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint, so I've already pretty much had my goal for this at hitting Masters. If I hit Grandmaster or Challenger, it's a benefit. And there's still, right now, there's only really 3 ways to play the meta. It's either Kale reroll, Zed reroll, Noxus reroll, there's just a lot of reroll comps right now. That's really all you're seeing. Oh, multicast or reroll. There's just quite a few that you see. And that leaves you one of two avenues. You can either go to the moon and go for level 9 with legendaries, or you can chill lower tier and like roll with these like little goons. And me personally, I feel like it's such a I feel better losing level 8 trying to fast 9 and get like legendaries, rather than chilling on like level like 5 rolling for Maokai and Poppy with 3 other people rolling for Maokai and Poppy and then just losing. It feels like shit. So I'm just gonna be rocking Aurelion Soul and just going level 9 every game. What I will say is there's like 2 facets to do this though, right? One of the facets is it's either you rock, we're just gonna take all 3 XP upgrades by the way for the augments, guys, but there's either like 3 ways you can do this, right? You can either rock Shurima with like Strategist into going to level 9. You can rock Ionia going to level 9, or you can rock Mutants going to level 9. And they all stabilize pretty well and they scale pretty decently, so you're not going to take like infinite losses. Especially Mutants, summoning that little like Void Link saves you a ton of HP when you're going fast 9. And you can go wide and go high and just keep adding in units per level without really seeking the upgrades. Because like if you like, let's say you're playing Shurima, if you had another Shurima unit, it's going to gain, you know, a gigaton of stats and keep providing value. You can tech in like Strategist or like Multicast, so there's a lot more you can put into it. The reason why I think Ionia is probably the best is because you can get Shen and get like Yasuo out of the way. And then like a late game max cap board is you really kind of do want, you want like Ari with Shen and then like an Ionia unit, so that way she can keep giga casting her spell. So like that, if I could choose the preference, it would be Ionia into fast 9, but you can't, you know, beggars can't be choosers. And you're gonna see here, I just make econ. I'm just trying to keep the gold up, because you never know when you're taking Aurelion Soul. I mean, you can look up the percentages, right, guys? Like, there's websites that show, based off your first augment, if it's golden or not, what's your chance for, like, a prismatic at the next, and yada, yada, yada. But I always just keep my gold high, because I don't want to look up that stuff, and I want to, if I ever hit, like, level up or whatever it is, the one that gives, like, more XP per, like, time you buy XP, you're going to have a high bankroll so you can go to the moon. I used to think rocking Aurelion Soul with this augment, you kind of wanted to lose streak stage 2 and like stage 3 so you gain more XP per loss. Don't really think about it. Just try to present like strongest board. That way you don't lose a ton of HP. And just try to follow standard leveling and tempo out where you can. You really want to slam items, because it doesn't really matter like late game, right? You're going to have a ton of free items through the like anvils, you know, carousels and stuff, that when you start hitting like a 2-star Senna, you know, a 2-star, you know, Scion, these units, it's not going to really matter what you like items you have on them. You just really want to kill as many units as you can on the board and try to streak if you can, 1 or 2 ways, but it's no big deal if you don't. You're going to probably never even see me hit that refresh button the whole game. Can you guys let me know what your like favorite chibi is? I might end up buying one, because I think I'm gonna be sticking on this account for a minute. I've seen like the new Devil Teemo, I've seen like the Ari and all them. I don't know if I want to buy those, but I don't know what your guys' favorite chibi is. I've been liking this little legend. Me personally, I might make a video on it, and you're gonna see me do something smart here. See how I'm at 28 gold? I don't know if these Krugs are going to provide me any gold or not, so I put the Renekton out on the board, and then I keep the Vi on the bench to be able to sell to make interest here, right? Because you know on 3-1, we're going to do another normal combat, and then if we're going to level up on 3-2 regardless, following standard leveling, right? But I might make a video on it about, like, because for 3 sets in a row I hit Challenger, just rocking the River Sprite, rocking the basic board and all that, And I do think a good part of that was rocking just the same stuff every single game, becoming really uniform, and then like when you get rid of a lot of the distractions, you're able to make like your gameplay really honed and like really, I want to say like crystal clear. I think that's a better way to put it. You don't have like needless distractions and like variance that comes into your gameplay. I don't know, I was really strict on myself the first time I wanted to hit Challenger. But you're going to see we're going to start holding on to the Garens here for like Nasus. But I'm not going to be rolling for stuff. I'm going to just tech it in if it makes sense to tech it in. I always check what the other two are before I hit the XP upgrade. And I don't think I go 7 here. I think I might go 7 just to keep the streak, but probably not. Because there's quite a few gold here to go. And I was like calculating all of like knowledge. I was wondering how much like that tome is really worth like gold wise, if it's worth it or not. But it seems like you basically get to go free level 7 at 3-5 without nuking your whole econ taking it, so it's pretty decent. And the biggest thing is like you really high roll if on like 7 if you find like a free legendary that just hard stabilizes your board. Like if you find Heimerdinger, you're golden. If you find like Scion, that's like infinite frontline rocking the Shurima stuff. And I'm gonna hold on to Kales and random stuff because as long as it's not breaking gold interest, you want to start like do these dirty reroll players, man. Like just start keeping like, if you, I guarantee you, if you just kept like an upgraded Kale on your bench, like just 3 gold throughout the whole game, you on average would place higher right now in this set because everybody just keeps going for it. So if you hold on to a couple kills, I think there's 29 1 costs in the game. I could be wrong. I think it's 29, so if you're able to hold on to 3 and then you got 2 reroll players contesting each other and their natural shops, I mean, they'll probably still hit, but it's going to take them significantly more gold to do so, right? I'm just going for Thieves' Gloves here. The reason why I'm going for Thieves' Gloves is because these are just transitional items, right? Like, I know when I find a legendary, I can just slap a Thieves' Gloves on them. And right now we're streaking, we're high HP, we're in a good spot here. And the biggest thing is you gotta understand is as the lobby's coming to an end, we're gonna start losing a lot more HP, right? Like we're gonna start getting hit by a Mack truck. This is when the reroll players start hitting, everybody's starting to all in their gold because they're dying. Which is fine or whatnot. But you just gotta hold fast and try to, you gotta use your HP as like basically a resource as well, right? Like you got to be able to hit level 9 with about 50 gold, man, because each 2-star 5 cost is about 15 gold. You know, Heimerdinger, he's just a normal Heimerdinger with 6 cannon upgrades. What is 18 gold for the cannons and then 5, so 23 gold just for an upgraded Heimerdinger turret, you know, and then another 10. He starts becoming a really expensive unit, so you really kind of have to go to a bankroll with 9. I think late game specialist is not good for this strategy. It seems like a good concept to have, but you really want the augments to just kind of boot you up there faster. Because you're missing out on natural shop refreshes too if you're just chilling a lower tier. And we're just going to kill items where we can here. That way we can just start like getting stuff off the board, right? And you start seeing me, I start holding units, I'm like, okay, Shen's probably better. One thing you can do, I've talked about this in like really old videos, I might have deleted them or not, but you're going to want to stack up a lot of your shitter units on the same side. Could they get hit with AoE? Yeah. But if they're all shitters anyways, you're going to want them to be able to like chip down and kill one of the units out on the board, right? So you take a less like HP loss. Like we can go level 9 right now, but then like look at the top guys, we're 73 HP. You got to think, what interval are we going to level 9? Are we going to level 9 on 4-5? Are we going on the neutral round? So if you go, what I would recommend you do here is you lose streak this whole stage, and then on the neutral round, you actually get a little bit of a breather to be able to transition your board. That's what people forget. Like neutrals isn't just like a round where like, oh, I get to fight a cute little scuttle crab or something like that. You really want to take the time to be able to use your neutral round to be able to get a board to your best spot, you know, liquidating your board. So Teemo 6 gold, Vi here 6 gold, Nasus is 4 gold. You know, you don't really want... I don't want any 4 costs on this final board, right? If I can avoid it. Besides, like, probably Shen, because Shen's goated. On the carousel, you're going to grab whatever legendary you can get. Like, you stop caring about items, right? I just stopped caring about items as a whole. So whatever legendary I can get, I'm just snagging. And I think I read the Rise's ability here. It's like Mirage from a few sets ago. You really want to see what the variation is. In my opinion, the Shurima portal's like giga good. So you're going to want to keep that. Because it just basically knocks up the whole back line. It's like Zyra from like the past set or whatnot. And it gives you treasure too. And it gives you like item components, I think, if you're really high roll. But it's mostly like a gold generator, right? We're going to roll a little deep here because we got to like fight other units. And then we're going to be liquidating our board. Now, what I said earlier is about the Ione opener. The reason why it's so good is you're able to rock Shen with Taric to get the Bastion upgrade. And then you're also able to get the Sorcerer. And I don't want to put the Heimerdinger. I don't want to grab the Heimerdinger right here, and I'll tell you why. Because whenever you buy the Heimerdinger and you put it out onto your board, the issue is now every single one of your shop upgrade or shop refreshes has a Heimerdinger upgrade in it, which means you're really lowering your chance of hitting other legendaries in your shop. And you see me take the Heimerdinger out, so that way I have a better chance of hitting other legendaries here. And it starts getting like a really tricky spot because we can still lose the game, man. You know, we're fast level 9 with like 6 HP here. We do fight a ghost here, which is good. You know, even with the Ionia, it takes Ahri forever to cast. So, another thing to note, guys, is after stage 5-1, you will not find another component unless like Rise's like Tornado here generates one. So you're probably just going to want to slam it, but you're not going to want to slam it on any unit that you care about. Like, I don't want to put this tier on Ahri because she has another 2 item slots I can actually fulfill with like real items here. Now, the key component is, at level 5, there's really only 2 carry units. The rest are kind of just support units, right? Well, there's 3. Belveth is probably your best carry unit at level 9. Because Ahri just does chip damage. I've yet to see like a build where like Ahri just giga one-shots a board. It doesn't happen. You really need Belveth to go infinite. And like actually kill everything. The next is probably Heimerdinger, because that turret pumps out so much DPS, like AoE on the board, and shreds everything. And then the last is probably Ahri, because even though she doesn't one-shot the whole board, she basically, like, half healths or 3 healths, or 3/3 or 3/4 the whole board, right? At this point, I had to make a decision. I'm like, okay, Senna's little rinky-dink shield ain't gonna do a whole lot here. It ain't, you know, it ain't gonna go the distance. I'd rather have Scion out there with like basically 2 lives and be able to get out another like Ahri ulti or something. He offers a lot of CC, a lot of HP, and a little bit of damage, right? And I thought for sure we lost the game here because Kalista was going hard in the paint for the team. Yeah, I think this is like the simplest way to a max cab board is you really gotta abuse the Taric, Shen, like Ahri, Yasuo combo, and then just tech in the other legendaries where you can. But I got rid of the like Yasuo because it's, you know, it's like mid. It's like decent for the time if you're pressed for it though. And then now I started like looking at my XP bar since I can go 10. I was like, oh shit, I actually might be able to fit in Senna out on the board. And some people would be like, oh, why don't you replace Taric with Senna? Is that Taric basically makes Shen tanky, and even with, you know, well, technically, I guess Cassante fills that need, but I don't know. Ahri does no damage without the Sorcerer in either. Taric's just a good unit to have out on the board, right? We really have to be conscientious of the one dude with a Zephyr. Because we really need Ahri to get off her third cast. If she gets Zephyred, she'll get off the first two casts, but very rarely the third. Remember not to be lazy, guys. If you have a Thieves' Clothes with a Zephyr, actually use it. Like, place it out there. Try to Zephyr something. And now I want to grab a third item for Ahri in this case, which I should have. I should have grabbed the Hodge here, but I was like, oh, you know, I should have grabbed the Ionia Spatula. Because it'll actually allow her to... This is basically a third item for her. It would have been nice to put the Ionia Spatula on Bel'Veth, though. And I want to same side my Shen as my Ahri, so, you know, Darius can't just dunk and walk his way through and just get right to my carry. And I think the only reason why we won this is we rolled Gigabyss items on Bel'Veth. You know, we had the Titans and Edge of Night. Either way, I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll probably be coming out with, like, more Fast 9, like, commentary and gameplay because I don't like playing the rerolls as much this set. Alright, have a good day.